Hey there folks, I'm this video, and this one's going to be a bit of an unscripted rant, and I mean, that gives the inference that some of the things I do are scripted rants, but I don't know. Either way, it's just to do with what I'm going to call the Motorsport Dinosaurs. And the best way to embody this is in a comment section. Not on my video, not really on any videos, but on social media posts. So, the news today was NASCAR purchasing Bowman Gray. As in, there was a bunch of people going, add so much more horsepower, make sure to bring the cars here and do this with the horsepower and do that, or, oh no, you're going to kill the track, or something like that. And it reminded me that a couple of days ago, the FIA posted this explainer for the WRC rules, where they're removing hybrid and everything like that, and everyone's like, yes, goodbye hybrid, everyone's like, yeah, hybrid is gone, brilliant. People are like, hybrid ruins everything, let's get rid of hybrid in Formula 1 now. Let's get rid of all this, all that. It's just... I don't know. Well, no, I do know. I know exactly why I'm angry. Because you see these kinds of pushbacks. And they shouldn't be there. It's the people who are resistant to change. And being resistant to change means you end up in all of the problems in the first place. Because, well, people liked the older rally cars because they seemed faster and all of this, and... I don't know, some of it's probably tied into the toxic masculinity part of it, God forbid I use that term, where it's like, oh, you're not manly man if you're driving a car that's got an electric motor attached to it, even though the most powerful world rally cars that we've ever seen, they're like, oh, but the hybrid, it ruins everything. It doesn't, it just has a different dimension to it. If you want to be motivated by something, be motivated by the cost. And I mean, I don't follow the Premier League in football, for example, because I just think it's so extortionately expensive. I'm more interested in seeing if Bayern aren't going to win Bundesliga, and that's because, well, even though they've been so dominant, Bundesliga is a lot more designed for the fans. I mean, heck, my hometown team plays in the 5th division in Britain, and it's still, what, 20 quid to try and go and see a match sometimes. And I think these dinosaurs in motorsport really hinder it. Because they believe this kind of mythos of the past. This mythos of, oh, it was better 20 years ago. No, it wasn't. Take F1 20 years ago, the F2004. Sure, we're saying that the Verstappen era is boring now, but do you really think that 2004 was seen as the most exciting year ever when Ferrari were dominating? No. Do you think that was the case in 92 or 93? No. If you think about the race that people remember from 93, it's Donington, when the Williams didn't win. Think about 92, a lot of the stuff that stands out again is when the Williams didn't win. Think about when the MP44 won 15 or 16 races. What's the one that people remember? It's Monza, it's the one they didn't win. And that goes for so many of these eras. Think about Loeb and WRC. People don't tend to remember that part of the World Rally Car era, because the years that came before were so much closer. 03 went down to the wire. 02 didn't go down to the wire, but people remember it because Gronholm became a double champion. Bernsey went down to the wire. It's why 2001 is seen as one of the most historic seasons in WRC. Mackinnon's titles, it's only really 98 that gets remembered because that one went down to the final stage. That's because Sainz didn't win. And this is where I get a bit annoyed. Because these things are always striving to be better and do better, and I think largely they are. But going back to the past isn't what's going to fix them. Bringing back refueling won't fix Formula 1. Getting rid of the hybrid won't be the be-all end-all of WRC. Because F1 will still have that $200 million dilution fund, and it will still be ludicrously expensive because the teams now have that cost attached to them, and they will still be bigger and heavier and hard to follow and hard to pass because they don't want to be overtaken easily. They want to overtake easily, but not be overtaken easily. And in rallying, it's still going to be expensive unless you put in measures to make it cheaper, because at the end of the day, Hyundai and Toyota will put in more money for a development war. And take NASCAR, they want to keep the charter system because the teams see that it's going to keep them more money. Yeah. I don't like when the fans go, oh, it was so much better back then. Or, oh, you need to get rid of this new thing because I don't like it because it makes it less of a sport. It doesn't. It just changes it, and these things do change. Bet the people who loved the 2017 cars didn't want to go back to the early 1.6 litre ones, even though you had a much bigger field. I bet the people who liked how, or say they liked how fast the final 2 litre cars were, wouldn't necessarily say, oh, this needs to change back to this. It's this kind of mythos that we have. I mean, I enjoy motorsport, but this is a bit I don't enjoy. I don't know. I don't think I'm alone in this. But you know what social media is like. Brings out those kinds of controversial, hot take perspectives. And I think mine might be a bit of a hot take. I think those motorsport dinosaurs, they won't go extinct. There won't be the asteroid moment. They'll be replaced by other dinosaurs who will say that their thing, which the previous generation of dinosaurs hated, is now the thing that they have to preserve, the thing that they have to bring back. God forbid somebody's going to come up and say, oh, I liked that 2016 F1 qualifying format. There's going to be someone who says that. There will. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening to this. I hope to see you around. Bye for now.